Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is a two-story video, so be sure to stick around for the second story as well. The first one is titled, Wife and I married a little over a year. She had multiple emotional affairs and I don't trust her at all, but she tells me I'm overreacting. Let's get right into it. So I'll try and keep this as short as possible. My wife and I have been married for a year and 3 months. The first red flag would have to be her best friend, who was her ex, and also F-buddy, who was an issue in her past relationship. He begs to be with her and bashes me. I was told he was only a friend and that she would never drop him as she's known him for a very long time. I only learned within the past month or so that they have had an emotional history. About a week or two before we got married, she had dinner with her ex and his parents and ended up sleeping at his house. She didn't tell me till after and didn't see an issue with it. We decided to rush and get married because she was leaving for the military and I was already in, so it seemed to make sense. When she came back for the holidays last year, she got drunk and left her phone out. I wasn't trusting her, so I decided to go through it, and the first guy I found she was snapping, she was flirting with, texting and sending pictures. She blamed me and said it was because I wasn't being enough. Fast forward to this past spring, I was helping her manage her finances and personal stuff since she wasn't able to. She was logged in on her iPad to her Instagram and she was DMing guys left and right from the base she was at. Her Snapchat score was also going up thousands per day. I eventually called her out on it and she came clean, but she saw no issue with it and got mad at me for making it a big deal. I only thought cheating was physical, and even though it destroyed me, I let my ego pretend I was fine. I still think there was something physical, but I have no proof. She has a well-known problem with attention and validation, but she wants me to more suck it up instead of her working on it. I've been so cold and resentful, and I don't think I could ever trust her again with all of that, and I'm just a year in. I broke it off and asked to separate, but she started threatening fake legal allegations and being childish financially and put me in ridiculous debt. I just feel stuck and I don't know if it's worth fighting for or running for the hills. I feel like it's a bad trend and she will never let go, but at the same time I'm so terrified of the consequences of leaving her, I've driven myself into a hole. Thanks for any help or guidance. And the first comment says, you've got 2 reasons to divorce: marital infidelity and financial infidelity. Staying together because she's threatening you is no way to build a happy and healthy marriage. And a commenter replies, what this person said, you're being intimidated into staying with her. The debt is recoverable legally. You are being abused here. It is past time to get practical. You say she's in the military. Guess what organization really despises infidelity for their spouses? Yup. The military takes this stuff very seriously because infidelity creates chaos instead of order, and the military doesn't like their personnel to be in chaos. You don't have to rat her out to the CO at this stage, but there should be resources like counseling that you could initiate with her that might make her realize that you could, potentially, make things very difficult for her if she doesn't seek therapy either with you or individually. Unfortunately, your situation is pretty common. If she can't see there's a problem here, then she maybe could be a closet narcissist. What seems clear is she does not have you or any real marital boundaries. She's comfortable putting herself out there and reasons that if we don't physically fool around, it isn't cheating. In a very real way, emotional affairs are worse than physical affairs sometimes. They are harder to shut down, harder to prove, and harder for the wife to accept that it is wrong, especially if their emotional development is impaired, as in your wife's case. The bottom line is that you can't be forced to be in a relationship that you don't want to be in. Therefore, the impetus to change has to be on you. Your wife appears to have a strong narcissist streak in her personality. These types have a hard time admitting fault and resist criticism because they can't be wrong in their minds. Unfortunately, they tend to walk all over boundaries. It's all about control. She wants to keep you in a situation where you are twisting in the wind and drained dry. When she's done having fun, she'll discard you. Act. Separation of finances for starters. Go gray rock on her. Don't give her anything to manipulate you with. Seek legal advice about separation. And the next comment says, listen, she's not fighting for your marriage. Why should you? And even if you do, it takes two. I bet there's way more than you know at this point. You didn't mention kids, so hopefully that is not an issue. Good luck. And another commenter says, her behavior is ridiculous. You have been married for a very short time and I assume no kids. She has also been gone a good chunk of the marriage, I assume, because of her military commitment. I would not be surprised if she has been screwing other guys. Move on before it is too late. She's definitely not a good long-term bet for the future. Get a lawyer and divorce her down. Your lawyer can give you advice on how to handle her threats. Sounds like you are being held hostage. That is insane. Leave now or you will be so sorry. Another commenter says, I don't know what it is with green troops. Military has a very high divorce rate. Your wife has already shown you massive red flags even before the marriage. She slept at her ex's house that hates you. Then you rush the marriage? Divorce her before you waste your years and have kids with her. And our next story is titled, Wife Virtual Emotional Cheating. Be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Let's get right into it. My wife and I have been married for 5 years. We have no children yet. Before we got married, she knew a guy in an annual convention. This guy had a crush on my wife, while my wife and me were dating. He used to talk to her through social media as friends. At the end, nothing happened with this guy and my wife and I got married. During our first 4 years of marriage, my wife and this guy occasionally exchanged social media messages. However, since the beginning of the pan around March 2020, this guy and my wife started having quite regular social media conversations. He lives in the US and we live in Mexico, so pretty much social media is the only way they can communicate. Around August, I bought her a new cell phone. One day, I was losing my time in her old cell phone and I found a note saying that she was having feelings for him and she kinda wanted to talk to him with less frequency so that those feelings disappear. I confronted my wife and she told me she was so embarrassed and that she would stop talking to him. I love my wife, so I decided to trust her and move on. However, last week I found a video in her new cell phone where she's recording herself saying that if she had the chance to have a life with him, she would do it. While I saw that, it broke my heart. In September, she told me she would stop talking to this guy, but of course that did not happen. I realized she kept talking to him via social media. I also found out that in some of their conversations, they were talking about some topics. Yesterday, I decided to confront my wife. She started crying and she admitted that she still has feelings for him. She cried even more when I told her about the self-recording video. She did not want to tell me anything about their conversations. She said that those conversations occurred only once or twice. Their conversations were mostly around other life topics. There was no exchange of nudie pictures, but they talk about the topics. By the way, she did not want to tell me anything about the details of those conversations. I consider myself a good husband. I help a lot with the housework. I spoil my wife a lot. I buy her lots of presents. Anything she asks me, I try to give it to her. I try to show my love to her regularly. That's why I feel really bad. During the pan, we've been at home most of the time. She's still in college, but due to the pan, all her classes are online, and I also work from home. So during this pan, time we see each other all the time. She doesn't work, I'm the provider of our marriage. I'm really mad at her. I'm considering divorce, but I don't want to. I don't know if I will trust her again. She feels really bad for what she has done, but she told me the same in September. And what she said in the self-recording video along with the conversations is what upsets me the most. She told me that she already deleted this guy from her social media contacts and that will never happen again. Do you have any advice? How should I deal with this situation? And the first comment says, she doesn't feel bad, she just doesn't like the guilt. If she genuinely felt bad, she wouldn't have done it again. If you forgive her and give her a third chance, it will only reinforce that she can get away with whatever she likes. Ask her to message him in front of you, explaining to the guy that she's married and your marriage takes priority. She can block him after that. If she shows any resistance, you know where her heart is. And the OP replied, she already messaged the guy, explaining to the guy that she's married and your marriage takes priority. Actually, she already blocked him. However, to some extent to recover her trust, I asked her to show me the IG conversations, but she refused to. She already deleted them. However, Instagram allows to recover deleted conversations. She's not being fully candid about the conversation they had. She's explained to me once and again of what they chatted, but it's not enough for me. I want to see every message of that conversation. And another commenter replies, I think you know why she won't show you. And the next comment says, are the conversations deleted? If not, she should let you read them if you want to. Warning, you may not want to. This is an EA and it breaks trust like a PA. You are both relatively young, no children. Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life looking over her shoulder and second guessing everything? And the OP replied, the conversations were deleted. However, Instagram allows you to recover those conversations. Since she did not give me details on the conversations, I've asked her to recover the conversations and show them to me. She sort of got panicked. She says she doesn't remember the details of those conversations. Liar. I told her to recover the Instagram conversations and we can remember what she and him used to talk about. And the next comment says, she was lying all the time and I don't think she deleted him. I would tell her to show you her social media accounts or get divorced. If she rejects to show you, you know what to do. And the OP replied, she already deleted and blocked the guy. However, she doesn't want me to show the Instagram conversations. And the commenter replied, if she doesn't want to show you, how can you trust her and how can you be sure that she deleted and blocked him? And the OP replied, she already showed me and I saw it. Of course, it's quite easy to unblock him again. About the Instagram conversations, she deleted them, but I googled that Instagram allows you to recover deleted conversations. So far, she has not followed the procedure to recover them. She's being hesitant to do so. And a commenter replied, then you do it. Take the phone, recover the messages yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, and be sure to comment below what other subreddits you want me to cover.